In July 2024, a lone gunman raised his rifle at a rally in Pennsylvania and fired at former President Donald Trump. The bullet tore through his ear, just inches from killing him. While the shooter was dismissed as a deranged lone actor, whispers still echo in intelligence circles. Was this really a solo mission? While unable to connect this one to Iran, U.S. intelligence has uncovered multiple murder-for-hire plots orchestrated by the IRGC, aimed at assassinating Donald Trump. But why would Iran want the former U.S. president dead? To answer that, we have to go back in time. The hostility between the U.S. and Iran stretches back decades, to the 1979 revolution, when the Shah fell and a hardline Islamic regime took power. Over the years, Iran sponsored proxy wars across the Middle East, building a web of loyal militias and fueling insurgencies from Lebanon to Iraq. The United States responded with sanctions, military strikes, and blacklisting the IRGC, including its elite Quds Force, as a terrorist organization. By 2019, both sides were locked in a shadow war, and at the center of it stood one man, Qasem Soleimani. Charismatic, calculated, ruthless, commander of the Quds Force, Iran's elite paramilitary and intelligence unit. He armed militias that killed hundreds of U.S. troops in Iraq. He backed Assad's brutal regime in Syria, and he orchestrated attacks that stretched from Baghdad to Beirut. To his enemies, he was the mastermind of Iran's terror empire. To Tehran, he was a national hero, the sword of the Islamic Republic. But his next move would cross a deadly line. December 27, 2019, an Iranian-backed militia launched a rocket barrage at a U.S. base in Iraq, killing an American contractor. The U.S. retaliated with airstrikes that killed 25 militia fighters. Days later, thousands of militia members stormed the U.S. embassy in Baghdad, torching guard posts and scaling the walls. In Washington, President Trump watched the embassy burn and vowed revenge. Behind the chaos was Soleimani. He had approved the siege, and now American intelligence intercepted whispers. Soleimani was planning even deadlier attacks. On January 3, 2020, Soleimani boarded a private jet from Damascus to Baghdad. What he didn't know was that his every move was being tracked. Israeli intelligence reportedly intercepted his flight plan. CIA assets in Iraq confirmed it. Kurdish agents posing as baggage handlers watched from the tarmac. Delta Force snipers were in place. Above them all, an MQ-9 Reaper drone circled silently, Hellfire missiles locked and loaded. Trump had made the call. Soleimani would not leave Baghdad alive. 1 a.m. Soleimani's convoy left the airport. 2 SUVs, a handful of guards. As they reached a stretch of road away from civilians, the Reaper struck. 2 missiles obliterated the lead vehicle, killing Soleimani and his longtime ally, Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis. A 3rd missile vaporized the trailing bodyguards. Only wreckage remained. Soleimani's mangled hand, still wearing his red ring, was all that confirmed his identity. Iran erupted. Millions took to the streets. Death to America echoed through Tehran. The supreme leader vowed severe revenge. 5 days later, Iran launched ballistic missiles at U.S. bases in Iraq, injuring dozens of American soldiers. And in the chaos that followed, Iranian forces mistakenly shot down a civilian jet, killing 176 people. Iraq's parliament voted to expel U.S. troops. The world held its breath, bracing for war. Soleimani's death shook the global chessboard. Iran lost its most cunning strategist, but vowed vengeance. Trump's decision redrew red lines in the Middle East, and in doing so, made himself a marked man. In the years that followed, U.S. intelligence thwarted multiple Iranian-linked assassination plots. But as one former CIA official put it, when you strike a symbol, you don't just kill the man, you awaken the enemy. And that enemy is still watching.